take 8% out, but you can also take money out when you want to invest into real estate, to invest into other businesses. Are you penalized, or is that when you're paying more to taxes on whatever you check out? Kind of explain how you can reinvest that money.
So super flexible, but I want to let you know the difference between taking out and the difference between reallocating, okay? Mm-hmm. And so understand in this scenario, you are not the owner of the trust, you are the lender, which is also something that some people gotta really understand. You've become the banker, and what the trust does is it owes you that 8% over a 10-year term. Typically, it's paying you interest-only payments. So it's based upon your risk tolerance, and then it's based upon your needs and your wants, okay? So you start with a risk tolerance questionnaire before anything goes anywhere, and that's gonna be kind of like the constitution for how and where the funds are invested, okay? You and your wife would fill that out. Generally speaking, most of our trusts are structured at 8%. Typically, people are taking interest-only payments, somewhere between, let's say, 4 and 7% payouts over a 10-year period, and the balloon is due in 10, at which point, again, they can renew it and just keep the tax deferral going. That being said, if their risk tolerance is lower, then it might be a 7% and 6%, right? But most of my clients are at 8%. That being said, now we need to go make a return on that money, right? Because we're not guaranteeing the 8, right? We've got to go invest the money. And so we, as a team, with the financial advisor, would present an allocation based upon the risk tolerance, and nothing gets invested without your approval, okay? And this is the part where it's pretty cool, because it can go to stocks, bonds, mutual funds, it can go into insurance, it can go to hard writing lending, it can go into real estate, and it can go into new business ventures or existing business ventures, right? In partnership with you. So I have a client, for example, he sold a $2.6 million business in Alabama, and he was faced with $600,000 of liability, and he had 3 partners, and so they bought him out. So that's another cool thing too. The partners can just buy you out. Okay, good to go. And he went his separate way, but his next business venture was to build multifamily complexes. And so he's building tax deferred in partnership with the trust, ground up 70 units of multifamily, all tax deferred. So he didn't cash out, pay tax, and then go do that. He just reallocated some of that 2.6 to an LLC in partnership with him to do this. And so that's the power of the Deferred Sales Trust. And it's one of the biggest misconceptions is that, oh, I'm just giving it to some financial advisor and I can't do my next business. I can't buy my next piece of real estate. And here's the cool thing versus the 1031, there's no timing restrictions, right? So if you're thinking like, well, Brett, do we have to do this in a certain period of time? No, we can literally just sit and wait for an opportunity to come up. The money sits at a bank, it's protected, doesn't move without your approval or your signature. Very, very safe. Funds go to TD Ameritrade for the securities, right? Typically, depending on the financial advisor we're working with.
Right.
And then again, they can go into real estate and they can go into businesses. Does that make sense, Michelle?
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Capital Gains Tax Solutions with Brett Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it helpful. Visit capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.